You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq, and you can see that it has traded through its 200s in a power trend. It pulled back last week after 5 consecutive weeks. We'll take a look at the weekly here. It had this ramp in 2023, pullback, had a little inside week, and today it bounced a little bit. Now, I hear a lot of macro people saying, that there's an inverted yield curve and there's a recession coming and blah, blah, blah. The world's coming to an end. There's lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. Well, that's what this was all about in 2022, maybe. How about that? Loss of 37% on the Nasdaq, maybe because it was thinking ahead. And 2023 might not be so great. And now the index perhaps is looking further out and likes what it sees. Maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But as long as it's in a power trend, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to stay aggressive. We're seeing a lot of stocks and indexes even that are trading down to their moving averages and finding support. So they're trading up with volume and then pulling back in lighter volume and finding support and bouncing. And that's what we want to see. A lot of people think that technical analysis is hocus pocus, and that's fine. I believe in it. When I buy a stock, I believe it's 70% fundamentals and 30% technical, but you cannot deny what we saw today. This is a nice bounce on the S&P. And most of the stocks that I buy are in the MDY or in the Russell 2000. What do we have here? Nice bounce off the 21, off the MDY and the Russell 2000. Oops. A nice trade down, pull back to its 21 and a bounce at the 21 moving average. And I'm just going to look at some stocks today that are bouncing off their moving averages. I'm not going to go through the oil and the biotech and all that. So it's just going to be a random walk of stocks bouncing, trading down last week in lighter volume, then bouncing today here off the 10 EMA as box. I don't think this is all a coincidence. This is Novo Nordisk. This one busted out of a base, ripped higher, and then traded down to its 50 for the first time after the breakout. That's traditionally, pretty good time to add an add-on buy right here. And it promptly ripped right through. It's 21 and 10, kind of rested a couple days and then bounced off the 10 today. So that's just, by accident or by coincidence, I suppose. JBL, this is a contracting manufacturer with Flex and Plexus and Sanmina in that group, a real strong group. And this one bounced off its 10 EMA after a pullback. So it looks like, these little pullbacks here are being bought. It seems that way at their moving averages. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep an open mind here. This is a Meritage Home. It made this high here on this day, then pulled back last week, with the weakness in the markets like everything else. Yeah, 117.22, then it pulled back to its 10 EMA, and what do you know? It bounced today. Nice 2.5% bounce. And, I don't know. I don't think it can all be a coincidence. Maybe there's something to this. This is Airbnb. That's got a downtrending 200. But it did bounce. It traded down last week with general market weakness and bounced off its 21 today. It was up 7%. That's a nice little bounce. These stocks that I'm going through now are bouncing off their 21. This is Monster. Nice bounce off the 21. They trade down, find support at a moving average, and that's what you want to see. This is CHWY. Nice base here, pulled back with the market weakness last week down to the 21. Bounced 3.5% today. I'm going to stop being so cynical and just give you the facts, ma'am. This is IMCR. It's been on our watch list at MC Stock Charts. It still looks good to me, but it's up 6.45% today and a nice bounce off the 21. So good for the longs there. Congratulations. TMDX. This is one that Jonah had got me interested a long time ago, back in the 20s. And today it bounced off it, general market weakness last week, pulled back to the 21. and bounced 7% today. So congrats to the longs. TMDX has been a big winner. ON, this one's been on our watch list as well, for obvious reasons. And it bounced off its 21 today. You got to look at the weekly here, though, because there's just a lot of overhead supply here. This is a stage 1 base, but yeah, that's probably going to take a little bit of doing here for this to get over these old highs at 26, 29, and 31. So we'll see if their product sells and they do good revenues and business and earnings, it'll trade higher. If not, then it's gonna go to the scrap heap. Wingstop, another stock bouncing off its 21 today. Love these retailers here. Super Bowl Sunday, everybody's eating pizza and wings. This is Papa John's, traded down to its 21 last week, just on the general market weakness, and then bounce off the 21 today. So, I don't want to say buy the dips because I'm not that kind of guy. I have to have my disclaimer, right? If I told you to jump off a bridge, you wouldn't do it. So you're not going to do anything I say anyway. You're all big boys and girls. I'm just pointing out that the stocks are bouncing off moving averages. Perhaps it's just program trading, but this is what I'm seeing. So this is what I'm showing you. Sanmina, another one in that group with JBL. Oh my gosh, look what happened here. This one actually, traded below it, sliced its 50, traded through it. I think an earnings report, then pulled back on general market weakness last week, and then bounced strongly off its 50, on Friday, and then again today it followed through. But overall, longer term picture, it's just kind of forming a base there. CROX is another one. This one pulled back to its 50 for the first time since this breakout here of this stage 1 base. And like NVO, it's kind of a present there that is laid upon you. If you're inclined to take the gift, it was down at 110 last week and it was up to 119 today. So that's a nice gain there. In CROX, they report earnings Thursday before the market opens, so they better have a strong report. First Solar, this one bounced off its 50. Have you heard this before? Traded down on general market weakness, lighter volume, and then today bounced. The volume wasn't heavy in First Solar, but anyway, I just wanted to point out there's many, many, many more stocks that I could have pointed out, but I just chose those 15 or 20 at the 10, the 21, and the 50 moving averages that they're finding support. And the indexes are in a power trend and things are looking pretty good. So don't listen to the news, just follow the price of your stocks and you're going to do a lot better, because they're going to try to scare you out with this CPI or inflation or inverted yield curve noise. So just follow the price and never give up.